Ingrid, explain yourself. What on earth is the meaning of this? How dare you do something like this to our own daughter? She's just a little girl. Have you even considered how sad and hurt she is because of your thoughtless and irresponsible actions?
What's the deal, Jordan? Cut me some slack already, it's late. Do you have any idea what time it is? I'm just trying to get some sleep here.
I don't care about the time. I want you to answer me, Ingrid. Why did you leave our daughter on the side of the road? How could you do such a thing?
Wait, what? What in the world are you talking about? Jessica's right here at home with me. She's asleep in her room, safe and sound.
Are you still trying to deny it? Jessica is here with me at my house. She was in a complete panic, crying her heart out when the police officer brought her here. Want to speak to the officer yourself? Well, I guess there's no need for that, because they'll be contacting you soon to question how you could abandon your own child.
What? That's impossible. There's no way that could have happened. I made sure she was.
She was what, Ingrid? Why don't you just be honest and tell me what you actually did? You took Jessica to some godforsaken place, kicked her out of the car, and drove off. You just abandoned her there, without a care in the world, not even knowing if she was dead or alive. You were just desperate to get rid of her, weren't you?
Well, that's completely untrue. Did that little girl really say that to the police? I'm telling you, it's all a load of crap.
Tell me the blunt truth. Why did you abandon our daughter like that? Is it because you've squandered the lump sum child support I gave you earlier, and now our daughter is of no value to you?
Well, look what Jessica said isn't true. She just made it up to play the innocent one and get sympathy. It's just the same old victim card, and you should know better than to fall for it.
I can't believe you would say something like that about your own daughter. You're making it sound like she's a liar or something. So tell me, why on earth would she even want to do something like that?
She was just trying to get away from me. While I was driving, she asked to stop so she could use the bathroom, but she never came back. I waited and looked for her everywhere. She was nowhere to be found. So it's obvious that she did it on purpose. She made me look like a complete idiot. I swear when I see that girl, she better apologize to me. I mean it.
I still find it incredibly difficult to believe. Listen, even if what you're saying is true, then what the hell have you been doing to her that's so awful it made her want to escape? If you couldn't take proper care of her, you should have let me have custody instead of fighting for it.
Hey, don't be too hasty to assume things. I haven't done a single thing to her, I swear. You know, she's always had that special bond with you, right? Maybe she was just missing you like crazy and wanted to pay you a surprise visit. Who knows? Jessica's full of surprises. She's been that way since day one.
Fine. Let's entertain your ridiculous lies for a moment. But tell me this. How do you explain not doing a damn thing to search for her? Any mother who realizes her daughter is missing would be freaking out, but you don't seem worried in the slightest. You told me you were going to sleep, for crying out loud. How can you be so calm that you can actually go to sleep?
Oh, come on, don't make a big deal out of everything. I've already reported everything to the police. I know they're out there looking for her. So why should I worry? What else can I do besides get some sleep and hope for the best? Roam the streets like a crazy person? I think you're overreacting, Jordan. The bottom line is she's safe and sound now, right? So why stress about it?
You truly are hopeless, Ingrid. I can't believe you're insinuating that our own Jessica is lying. She's the kindest girl imaginable, and she would never fabricate something like this. You, on the other hand, have lied to me in the past, haven't you? In fact, you even cheated on me when we were married.
But I've changed. I'm a totally different person now. You've got to believe me. I swear I didn't abandon Jessica or anything like that. It was all just a big misunderstanding. Maybe she got lost. Who knows? I was just as worried as you. A concerned parent desperately wanting to find our child. I felt such a relief when I heard Jessica was all right.
There's no point in explaining anything to me now, Ingrid. If you have something to say, go tell it to the police. One thing's for sure. This time, I will regain custody of Jessica. I can't let her keep living with a deceitful, irresponsible woman like you any longer.
No, seriously, I'm telling the truth. I'm overjoyed right now. Words can't even express it. When will you bring back Jessica to me? I can't wait to be reunited with her.
Never, Ingrid. You'll never see her again.
Hello? How have you been, honey? Oh, you have no idea how much I missed you. It's great to be able to talk to you like this.
Excuse me, but who is this? Do I know you?
What? You don't know? It's only been 10 years. Look at my name, it's right there on the ID. It's Ingrid, your loving mother, one of the most important people in your whole life. You must remember me and all the amazing memories we shared, right?
I don't have a mother anymore. Actually, I stopped considering you as my mother a while back. There are no memories of you left in my mind.
Don't say that. Don't push your mother away like that. After the divorce, I was the one who raised you for the first 5 years. Don't forget that. It's not right for you to be ungrateful. You know what they say, right? Once a mother, always a mother. It's a bond that never really goes away no matter what happens.
I can't remember. Anyway, I don't want to keep texting you. It just brings back all the bad memories and hurts me.
Don't tell me you're still holding a grudge over what happened. Well, I guess I can't blame you. You were just a little girl back then, clueless about what was happening. I just remember everything I did it to protect you.
What do you even want now? After all this time? Dad and I moved on, forgotten about you, and built our own lives. It's about time you did the same.
Don't be harsh. I've been wanting to apologize to you all this time. It's been weighing on me for 10 years, and now I can finally do it. Feels like a huge burden lifted off my chest. It feels so good.
For 10 years? For real? If that were true, you could have made an effort to contact me or do something before now. I know Dad tried reaching out to you multiple times, but you ignored his messages, calls, and whatnot. It's clear as day to me that you never had any intention of reaching out to me or Dad. Actually, despite things not going as planned, I think you were more than pleased to get rid of me in the end. Just like you wanted.
Ignored? No, you've got it all twisted. So much has been happening in my life. Please, try to understand. I never purposely ignored you or Jordan like that. It wasn't my intention at all.
What's been happening in your life? Even if you apologize, nothing will change. I'll never forgive you. The terrible thing you did to me will always be etched in my memory. It caused me immense pain. And though I've healed, a scar still remains.
What did I do that was so horribly wrong? I provided you with clothes, food, and a roof over your head. What more could you have possibly wanted from me? Oh, wait. Are you talking about the time I accidentally left you by the side of the road?
Accidentally, my foot. I can't believe you're trying to pass it off like that. I was crying and begging you not to pull me out of the car. But you did it anyway. Then you just drove off, leaving me behind. I remember that moment vividly, like it was yesterday.
That's not how it went down, trust me. It's a big misunderstanding. You've got to believe me. See, there were these bad guys chasing after me, and I was freaking out. I had no idea what to do. So I made the tough call to leave you behind so you wouldn't get caught up in the mess.
There's no room for misunderstanding here. I walked for what felt like forever, desperately trying to reach Dad's house. Luckily, a police car happened to be patrolling nearby, and a kind female officer gave me a ride home. Dad was in disbelief over what you did to me. We cried together, shattered by your actions. That day is forever etched in my memory, and I will never forget the pain you caused. I can't find it in my heart to forgive you.
Hold on a sec. It's all right if you can't forgive me now, I understand. But that doesn't change the fact that we're family, right? That special bond between us. That family connection. It's still there no matter how much you deny it. I'm your mother. We're tied by blood.
So what if we're related? Why are you even bringing that up? Like I said, I don't have a mother. To me, you're just as good as dead. The only parent I acknowledge is Dad. And you mean absolutely nothing to me.
If that's how you want to see it, sure. But legally, you can't cut off family ties we have. According to the law, We are still connected whether you like it or not.
So what? What are you getting at? Just get straight to the point already.
Ever since the day I unintentionally left you behind, I've been busting my butt studying to get my certification. I've been striving to become a better person, not just for you, but for everyone around me.
I don't care. But I guess you want to tell me anyway, right?
I studied hard and became a lawyer, Jessica. I did it to prove that we're family, to show how much it means to me. I really want to become a better version of myself, someone who could make a difference in our lives.
I see. Regardless of what the law says, I'll never accept you as my mother. I'm sure you understand why I have this attitude towards you, right?
Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't change the facts. Jessica, admit it. Admit that I'm your mother. Admit that we're family.
I really don't know what your point is. Can you get to it already?
All right, fine. Here's the deal, Jessica. I need to ask you something. I know it might sound a bit odd, but you've got to hear me out.
What?
I need your help, Jessica. I'm in a serious financial mess. I tried handling it on my own, but I'm drowning in it. The loan sharks are closing in on me, and I don't know how to handle it alone. This is a matter of life and death, way more serious than you could imagine. I'm desperate. I need your help.
That sounds awful. Getting mixed up with loan sharks? You must be really desperate to even consider something like that. But you know what? It's not my problem at all. I won't get involved. You should seek help from someone else.
I knew you'd say something like this, but not so fast, darling. You should know that helping me out is your obligation.
What do you mean?
Adult children have a responsibility to take care of their parents, you know. It's all laid out in the California Family Code, 44004405. So according to the filial support law, you are obliged to support me. Just putting it out there.
What exactly do you want from me?
Oh, come on. No need to act clueless. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's your duty to financially support me in the end as my child. You signed up for it the moment you were born, like a lifelong contract. It's the magic of the law, believe it or not. I know it surprises me too sometimes. The more I delve into studying, the more I realize I can use the law to my advantage, so let's not pretend here, kiddo.
What? I can't believe you're saying this after everything you've put me through. I simply can't and won't do it. It's absurd of you to ask such a thing. And you know it. You have some nerve to even think about bringing it up.
Hey, you can't really say no, you know. It's the law. If you decide to refuse, I guess I'll be left with no other option but to bring out the big guns and unleash the full force of the law on you. But honestly, it would be so much easier and nicer for everyone involved if you just went along with it, you know what I mean? You kind of have a responsibility to support me, right? Are we on the same page here? So yeah, Jessica, this is how things are going to roll from now on.
I don't care what you say. I won't do it. If you really need financial support, why don't you ask your other daughter for help?
Wait, what? Another daughter? No, you're the only one. My one and only. I've been so wrapped up in my studies that I haven't even thought about getting remarried since I split with Jordan. Just goes to show how important you and Jordan are to me. You're my world, kiddo. No one else even comes close.
Don't try to fool me. I know you have another daughter. After you abandoned me, you gave birth to another child. I imagine you must love her a lot. So I'm sure she would love to help you out. But considering her age, you may need to wait a few years before she's in a position to help you.
What are you saying, Jessica? You're my only child. I told you that. Tell me what I can do to gain your trust.
Oh, whatever. I really don't care. She's my sister from another mister, right?
You're wrong. Don't just go and assume things like that. You make me really sad when you say things like that, Jessica.
You know what? I've actually met her a while back. My little sister.
You what? Is this a joke or something?
It really was a coincidence. Do you know what I do for a living? You probably don't. You never really thought about me or my life, right? I'm a police officer. About a month ago, your daughter was lost and a police officer drove her home, remember? I'm the one that handled her case. When I asked her what her mother's phone number was, it sounded familiar. Your phone number is still the same as it was 10 years ago. And when I asked for her parents' name, it was the same name as yours. My colleague offered to drive her home so I wouldn't have to see you. Your life is no concern to me anymore. But I do feel bad for that little girl. You'll have to go to jail for some time.
What are you saying? What do you mean go to jail? I didn't do anything wrong.
Criminals need to be arrested, right? That is my job.
Calling your own mother a criminal. How dare you? Your disrespect is escalating, young lady. Is this how Jordan taught you to behave? I must say I'm deeply disappointed in the person you've turned into, Jessica. I always believed you were capable of so much more. You're capable of better than this, my dear.
Even if you're my mother, you're a criminal as well. From the moment you impersonated a lawyer.
Excuse me, it's not a lie. I really am a lawyer. I mean, why would I lie about that?
You're really telling a police officer that you're a lawyer? In that case, show me some proof. If you're a lawyer, that'll be easy to do.
If you insist. There's the proof I'm a real lawyer.
Oh, you really went too far. You've really done it this time. Then answer me this. If you really are a lawyer, what is your bar license number? Where is the licensing agency? Where did you go to law school? What happened? Cat got your tongue? Are you searching the net for the answers? It's a waste of time. Even if you were able to find the information, I can contact the California Bar Association and find out if you really are a lawyer.
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't ask for you to financially support me, so let this go, okay? We're family, honey. I'm sure you could pretend this didn't happen. It isn't such a big deal.
You've never done anything motherly towards me. Yet you say we're family? Don't make me puke. When you and Dad divorced, I know Dad gave you a lump sum payment for child support. It should have been enough for us to live on until I graduated university. I heard he was really generous and paid more than what was needed. The money was from when I was 10 to 22, when I would have graduated university. So that would be 12 years of child support. And you went through it in only 5 years. No, it may have finished before that. I don't remember you buying me clothes or shoes after the second year. I never received any allowance. There were times you didn't even feed me.
What are you saying? You probably don't remember it correctly because you were too young back then. But I raised you properly. I was a good mother most of the time.
What are you saying? Are all the lies affecting your memory? You often told me you got custody of me for the money. You really didn't want to look after me. And once my purpose was finished, you threw me away on the side of the road.
No, it was an accident, I swear.
What do you mean it was an accident? If it really were an accident, why didn't you come back to pick me up? There are holes in your story, but if it were an accident, why did you stop in the middle of nowhere? And why did you start driving away after you threw me out of the car?
Can we calm down and talk this over? Why don't we meet someplace and talk face to face? We're family. It's preposterous that we're communicating through WhatsApp. All we see are words when we just need an understanding of our feelings. You know I was only joking. I know you would understand.
There's no way I could understand. From the time of the divorce, I never understood you. Couldn't understand anything you did. As for why you two got divorced, Dad wouldn't tell me. But I have a fuzzy recollection of you sneaking a man into our house.
I see. I won't have anything to do with you, so let's just keep the past the past. I can't believe a small misfortune can lead us to all this. I don't need anything from you. So can we just forget all of this? I really don't need the trouble in my life.
It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't change the facts. You texted me that, right? This is exactly that. Whether I want to keep it all in the past, that's up to me. I told you I would never forgive you. Just like you threw me away and didn't help me. I won't help you either. Following the incident, I took the courageous step of reporting my mother's actions, revealing her impersonation of a lawyer and the falsification of a barcode. Subsequently, an investigation took place, leading to her arrest. It was discovered that in addition to posing as a lawyer, she had made threats, which further compounded the severity of her actions. Consequently, the judge handed down the maximum sentence allowable by law. As a result, I have little expectation of ever encountering my mother again. I am hopeful that the consequences of her actions have served as a lesson, causing her to reconsider her behavior towards me. It is my sincere belief that she will no longer pose a disturbance in my life. The distressing event of being abandoned by my mother on the side of the road played a pivotal role in shaping my future. On that fateful day, a compassionate female officer noticed me walking alone in the darkness and reached out for help. Hearing my story, she provided me with solace, offering a warm and tight embrace that alleviated my fears. With utmost understanding, she drove me to my father's house, leaving a profound impact on my young mind. I aspired to become someone like her, someone capable of aiding and rescuing others. Driven by this aspiration, I dedicated myself to realizing my dream, ultimately becoming a police officer. Following my achievement, I had the opportunity to reunite with the officer who had touched my life. Remarkably, she remembered me, and upon learning how she had inspired my chosen career path, she expressed that it was now my turn to inspire others. While I have yet to collaborate with her on a case, I am aware of the responsibilities that lie ahead of me. I am determined to fulfill my duty to the best of my abilities, drawing upon the inspiration and guidance she provided.